Hey, good day to all of you. My name is Blair and welcome to another OS operating system. Today we're gonna take a look into EndeavourOS Gemini Linux operating system. This is a Arch-friendly operating system that is easy to use compared to the vanilla Arch Linux. So right now I'm into their live boot operating system, so I'm just using the virtual boxes right now of Genome, and of course I was met with this as their welcome page or welcome to OS. Because I haven't yet installed this, it has information right here. I think if you are advanced to use Linux, it will be beneficial for you to use this one, the EndeavourOS, a Arch-friendly operating system. So we have the installation right here, plus the updates, and the partition manager. Probably this is using a KDE. Let me see if it is KDE partition manager. Yes, it is using the KDE partition manager. I don't know if they have the Genome. Oh, they also have the gparted, which is also a partition manager. So that is why they have the options KDE partition manager and gparted partition manager. And of course the display resolution, to change your resolution. So let's click this one because it has, okay, this is captured in my virtual box, so it is already in 1080. So let's quit right here. And of course we have some other information on the other side. On the general info, we have the website. Let's click the website. Let's maximize this one. Clean this other tab. Okay, so Gemini has arrived. Plasma 6 with Wayland and X11 windowing options and a QT6 Calamares installer. So you could have like more information right here, and you have the download. Okay, let's try to check out what is the latest EndeavourOS. It is a Arch-based distro that provides Arch experience without the hassle of installing it manually for x86 and x64 machine computers. After installing, you'll be provided with lightweight and almost bare bones environment ready to explore with your terminal. Yes, you will be a little bit advanced on this one. Along with our home build welcome app as a powerful guide to help you along to go through these complete release notes and the latest information about this Gemini. And if you are curious to start exploring using the magnet and the torrent link or the select mirror near to you to download the ISO file. So currently the ISO uses the Calamares, the Linux kernel 6.8.7 Arch base, Firefox web browser, Xorg for windowing, Mesa, and the NVIDIA video driver. So you have the options right here for the magnet and at the same time for the torrent. So I just use the magnet to download this one, or you can choose near to you. Like I'm here in Thailand, so I could like go to probably in Singapore or in Taiwan or in South Korea. Probably I go for South Korea because of the high-speed internet access over there with their server. So I think I prefer the South Korea. But of course, you can also look into your other countries like in Europe and North America and Africa. But I think they don't have any South America. Yes, they don't have. Only the Northern American server. So the minimum requirement for this EndeavourOS is a 2.5 gigabytes of RAM, dual core processor, either in 64-bit or x86 or AMD 64 with 15 gigabytes of storage space, either in hard disk drive or in solid state drive, or maybe in NVMe. Installer also support the legacy BIOS only system, but we recommend the UEFI system, not in legacy CSM mode. So if you are installing this one, probably we will refer you to the universal EFI. Okay, let's go down right here. What we could expect on this operating system. So it is easy to install. It has 8 desktop environment, 1 window manager, community edition at the same time, and basic installation ready to tweak. So the package installation by default includes the Firefox, Pacman, the terminal base packages, repos, the YAY for the AUR installation packages or the Arch user repository, the Firewall D, Pipewire, NVIDIA installer, Dragcats, and Power Profile Daemon. Welcome app gives you this simple but better experience on this Arch base operating system. And at the same time, the community is always there to help you. So this is the Calamares installer, as you can see. This is the screenshot. So other news right here, Plasma 6, and so sad that the EndeavourOS ARM or the ARM base is already bid goodbye. Galileo Neon with kernel 6.7.1 Plasma is now offline, and it is now with Plasma 6 with Wayland or Xorg, windowing with Calamares, and QT6 port for the Gemini edition. Before it was the Galileo Neo, but right now the available installer is the Gemini. Okay, so of course, because this is a Linux operating system, you can become a one-time or monthly contributor for this OS open collaboration to keep the operating system rolling. Yes, because in Linux we help each other, not like an corporate, like you need to buy things like the proprietary software. But here in Linux, you just need to donate either in one time or in monthly to help the community rolling. At the same time, all the community is willing to help you with all your problems. Don't go to any group in Facebook. Go to the official, okay? Because in the non-official, sometimes it has a bad reputation of like bullying, because they are not really connected with the operating system, except for some, which is I could recommend you, and maybe on the next few episodes I could help you through that in communicating with the helpful groups in Facebook or in any other community to help you on your journey to Linux. So that is why they have so many contributors for Spanish, for Russians, to French, Portuguese, Swedish, and many more. So the desktop user interface or the desktop UI is graphically, which means it has a mouse and a layout that is very familiar for the Windows user. Of course, this is the Linux operating system, but of course it feels and looks like Windows. But of course, because this is Linux, you can move this taskbar or the dock or the panel to other like sides or on top or in, of course, in default as bottom. So in the center right here, we have the wallpaper. You can change this wallpaper by clicking right click of your mouse and then go to the wallpaper. Okay, but later we will try to check on to that one. Okay, but first we have to go to the application launcher or the start menu. So it feels like Windows, right? So you have also the all application right here, plus the categories like the development, graphics, internet, multimedia, office, settings, system, and utilities. We will try to look into this application later. We also have the quick launch. We have the Firefox, the Dolphin file manager. We also have the console terminal. Of course, we also have the log tools and the spectacle for the screenshot capture utility and the Calamares installer. On the other side, right here on the right bottom, on the panel, we have the notification area. So we are notified right here with basic information from your internet, device, even your volume controls right here, plus the hidden notification and status right here. Switching from Wayland to X11, brightness, display, KDE Connect, power management, and the printer. And of course the time and date. So that is our desktop UI. But of course you can also add some icons right here if you want to. For example, let's grab something right here. So ocular, try to grab and then put it right here, link here. So we could like send it right here by dragging it. Okay, just like in Windows. Either you could change your icons, either tiny. Ooh, that's very tiny. How about huge? Wow, that is huge. Okay, let's just go to small, medium. So that is how to put a shortcut key for the icons. And of course you can also remove this by clicking delete or move to trash. So let's try to look into the appearance by clicking right click and then the configuration of the desktop right here and wallpaper. So let's start with the wallpaper. Let's move this one. We have only two desktop wallpaper, the Scarlet tree, and the EndeavourOS official wallpaper. But of course, you can get more right here by clicking this one. You have all the options right here, from the suite wallpaper to plasma Qatar skies and all those stuff. You can scroll down, look for your favorite wallpaper. So let's demonstrate. For example, we like to click this one. It is not my preferred wallpaper, but this is an example. Let's try to click install. Okay, it is already installed. We could like click use or go back right here at the desktop wallpaper selection and then click this one. If you like it, then click apply. Okay, so how about let's go to the settings by clicking the start menu and then go to our system settings. So we are given the options theme, if it is light or dark. So let's try the breeze light and then apply. So it is light mode. How about the dark mode, which is the default one? Now you can see that is pleasant to the eyes. It is not too much bright that you could hurt your eyes in the process of staying in the computer for a long time. So you have all the options right here on your quick settings of your system settings, from your mouse, keyboard, touchpad, game console or controller, sound, display, abilities, even your connectivity for your devices like the Bluetooth, dist and camera, connect, and your printer. For the internet connection, Wi-Fi or your LAN or your network. Of course, your themes right here, plus your fonts. You can change your fonts right here. Let's try to check. So you have all this information right here. You could change your fonts into your preferred fonts. For example, if size 10 is too small for you, you could opt for 12 and then let's click apply. So it is much bigger, right? How about the font, which is NATO? So let's try to look for something else, because for example, you don't like to use the NATO sans. Okay, so what if we are using different, like for example mono space? So we have this one as an example, and then you click and apply. Now it is changed, right? So that is how our fonts, sizes, and font management right here on Linux KDE desktop environment. So let's go to general behavior. We all have this slow animation, fast animation, or instant. You also have the screen locking right here. After 5 minutes, screen lock is automatic. And then waking up after the sleep, you also have the shortcut key to lock your screen, your region at the same time right here. You can modify your language, your formats right here for your numbers, currency, time, measurement, and all those stuff. You have the spelling check. This is actually your AI. In Linux, we started AI since 2015, but we don't use the word AI. We just use like a system settings, time and day at the same time. Oops. Okay, I'll just disregard that one. Your system right here. So your system, you can display all your systems right here. From your EndeavourOS graphic platform X11, you can also switch to Wayland. We are using the kernel 6.8.7 Arch with the Qt 6.7.0, Plasma frameworks and Plasma version, our desktop environment, and of course our hardware. It also display right here. Let's just go over right here. So this is the live session. So I didn't change anything about it right now. You have also the options right here. If you double click or one click, clicking a file either in double click or in single click. So let's go to the application. What are the EndeavourOS Gemini pre-installed? So we could like go through the all application or go through the categories right here. So let's go to the development. The development, we have this application, the icon browser, Kate, and all those stuff. Plus the graphics, we only have the Gwen viewer and the document viewer. For the internet, we only have the Firefox web browser plus the KDE Connect that is connected to your desktop and your mobile device. So Mac also has the Connect. You could like drag and drop your files easily from your iPad to MacBook and to your iPhone. Let's proceed to our multimedia. In multimedia, we have the famous VLC. Yes, I could like say that one because VLC was so popular even in Windows. Yes, it is a Linux app. You also have the MPV player, and of course we have the Ocular for the document viewer on the Office category. In the settings, we have the firewall, the volume control, YAD system, and the system settings for KDE desktop environment. In our system, we have the Dolphin file manager and the log tool plus the Calamares installer, of course the EndeavourOS update, Gparted also here, KDE Partition Manager is also here, Information Center is also here, the terminal, the menu editor. You can change your menu settings right here by clicking, dragging, or editing the application into their perspective category or whichever you add in that particular category. We also have the GUI, the system monitor, and the welcome app. And the last one, we have the utilities. The utilities has the emoji selector. We have also the text editor, the scientific calculator, KWriter for the text editor, and the spectacle for the screenshot utility. So that is our application. Now let's go to the software center. So the Discover is not installed. So let's go to the installer. So how to install? Let's try to look for the installation tips right here. Maybe we could like get information. So how to install? It is a terminal base because this is an Arch base, friendly Arch base distro. So you need to use your terminal to install new application. So how to install application? Of course, you will use your terminal, okay? For example, we are trying to look for the application called Only Office. Let's try to look for the installer of the Only Office in the terminal for the EndeavourOS OS. So you have all the options right here. You could also click this one. So let's try to look for the desktop application right here. So either you have the selections of these different types of Linux, like the Debian, Ubuntu, and of course we have the Red Hat installers for the CentOS and RHEL, snap packages. We also have the Flatpak and the app image. So we have also this one, visit the Pacman. So let's try to look for our OnlyOffice. So the package is OnlyOffice-desktop editors. Click this one, copy, and then go to the terminal. So sudo space Ctrl+Shift+V, and then click. Oh, it is already en route. Okay. So I'm demonstrating right here that the installation process, you have to search for the web, but at the same time don't be afraid. If you have some errors, just continue and then look for the answers by searching the Firefox search, and of course you will have all the information right there. And of course, just follow the instruction, and if you have some question, feel free to ask in their official group so that it will help you in this journey into this particular Linux operating system. So every Linux operating system, you have the easiest, you have the just normal, you also have the above normal, and we have the advanced users. I put the sudo, but I didn't read. Don't be afraid. If you have some errors, it is natural to learn from it, okay? So you don't need to write sudo in your terminal. Just copy this one and then choose N in case if you're keeping it. If not, it depends on you. And then Y to proceed the installation. Okay, let's go back. So proceed installation, yes. Let's click it, letter Y, and then proceed. Okay. So we have all the information. Let's clear this one because it's already finished. We could exit this one too. All right. So let's try to see if the application is already here. So let's go to Office. Okay. We have our OnlyOffice desktop editor. Let's click this one. Let's observe if we could like open this one. Okay. We are already opened our OnlyOffice. Okay, so let's go to the settings right here. So we have our live user because this is still in live mode. You can change your interface of your language right here. Le Espagnol, Francis, or French. We have the Deutsch for the Germans and all those stuff. You can also change your interface theme right here. For example, I like the dark, and then click apply. So that is your application, how to install the application in Friendly Arch base EndeavourOS Gemini. So if you have some question, of course, feel free to ask and then try to learn from it. So conclusion. So this is a easy installer. It is based in Calamares installer. It feels like a Windows, but the learning curve right here is a little bit advanced. It's a little bit hard, but it is a friendly Arch based Linux operating system distro, which is distributed by this organization, EndeavourOS Gemini. So if you have some question, feel free to ask me. Write it in the comments down below. So that's it for now for our OS operating system, EndeavourOS Gemini. I'm Blair, your science teacher. Catch another episode of OS next time. Bye for now and see you in the next episode. And remember that science means knowing. That is why science is cool. Ciao. Shut down.